Welcome everybody to Inside the Arena, presented by the #1 sportsbook app in the Philippines, Arena Plus. I'm your host, Anton Rojas. So we have with us today as our guest, what a privilege it is to have a future Hall of Famer, the youngest MVP in NBA history, won the award at 22 years old and 6 months, an icon of resilience, the man who put the city of Chicago on his back, the one, the only, and the newest face of Arena Plus, Derrick Rose.
What's up, guys? What's up?
Thank you so much again.
Appreciate you, my guy.
All right, Derrick, to warm you up, is it
Yeah.
all right if we do a quick name association game?
Go ahead.
We're giving away a total of 5,000 Arena Plus vouchers to 10 new users. So make sure na tapusin nyo itong episode na to and answer the question that we will pose to you at huwag kalimutang ilagay ang Arena Plus username nyo. Join na! Alright, so here we go. I'm just gonna give you a prompt and you mention the name that first comes to mind.
All right.
The greatest spot-up shooter.
Cal Korver.
Ooh, your teammate.
Yeah.
Mr. Fourth Quarter.
D Rose.
D Rose!
Yeah.
I remember the 15 points in the fourth quarter with Minnesota when you dropped 50.
Yeah,
and
man.
the 4 threes. Euro step master.
James Harden.
Crossover king.
Kyrie.
Not D Rose?
Nah, I wouldn't say. Nah. Kai got a different dribble.
Respect. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that crossover game winner against Brandon Jennings.
Oh, you see, you bringing up names.
How about
But yeah,
this?
Cross, I would say Kai. Kai, he is just showing love and respect. Yeah.
I like that. The block threat.
Block threat. Oh, man, I got to go with my guy, Joakim Noah, just because I played with him. A lot of my answers are going to be teammates, guys, so I'm very biased, man.
How about this? The best hype man.
Hype, man. Oh, man. Hype, man. Oh. I would have to say Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
The playmaker.
The playmaker. Playmaker. In any era? I can go any era.
Any era.
Oh man, playmaker. Who is really playmaking right now? I mean, I really don't have an answer for that right now, even though it's a lot of guys with a lot of assists right now.
Okay, here's the thing, D Rose. I was watching one of your interviews and you said that despite you being so explosive and dynamic, you
Yeah.
describe yourself as a pure point
Oh
guard.
no.
Yeah.
My wrong. My bad.
Yeah.
Rondo. Yeah,
okay,
my bad.
Okay.
My bad. Rondo.
All right.
Yeah. Ray John Rondo.
But growing up, since you said that you describe yourself and you think like a
yeah,
pure
I'm a pure
point
point.
guard.
I'm a pure point, bro.
Yeah.
That's how I always look at it. In Chicago, we take pride in a lot of things, playing both sides of the ball and playing the game the right way. It's a lot of people from Chicago that can score the ball, or just like over here, it's a lot of people that can score the ball, but it's like, all right, you got 40, but you lost. And you in the locker room acting like everything cool. You faking it with us actually in the locker room. You in here acting like you mad, but low key, you texting your guys and your homies that like, man, did you watch that? Like, did you see that? It's like you up in here faking, but yeah, we care about both sides of the ball and playing the game the right way.
But who did you watch growing up? Like,
I really didn't watch basketball growing up. That's why, man, in my neighborhood, I was fortunate enough to play. I played outdoors. I didn't have an indoor court. But the neighborhood that I grew up in, they took basketball very, very serious. So my brothers, they used to challenge other guys in the neighborhood 5-on-5, and they'd play for liquor. Or if we beat you, you buy whatever liquor we want. If you win, we'll buy whatever liquor that you want. So that's what I used to see growing up.
man, I didn't expect that, playing
Yeah.
basketball for liquor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't understand it either as a kid.
This one, successor to D Rose.
Successor of D Rose. That's hard, man. I feel like these kids got their own name, got their own identity and individuality.
Yeah.
So-
Although I feel like there would be no Westbrook, there would be no Ja Morant without D Rose.
I feel you, but it's the other guys that used to fly too before me, you know what I mean, or played a little bit different, or yeah, I'm just showing homage to all the older guys that put in the work, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay. So if you had to pick one, I'm just trying.
A younger guy, it would be
Yeah.
Ja.
Ja.
Yeah.
Okay, respect. Okay, last one. Who is Derrick Rose's GOAT or greatest of all time?
Can I pick two?
Sure.
I got to go with MJ because of what he did for my city. And the second one is Isaiah Thomas because he stood on MJ. He was the only guy at 6'2", 6'1", Isaiah Thomas that played for Detroit from Chicago. He beat Magic, he beat Bird, he beat Kareem, he beat MJ, all in their prime at 6'3". And MJ had to beat him to get to the championship. So those are my two.
All right, give it up for Derrick Rose. Thank you so much. I think we're warmed up now, D Rose, after that name
Yeah,
association
yeah, come
game.
on, come on.
All right. So, I think one of the things that resonates with a lot of us Filipinos is your mental strength and fortitude. You've been through a lot of trials and tribulations growing up at the south side of Chicago,
Yeah.
Englewood, watching your mom have to count money on the table to make
Yeah.
sure that you're able to pay your bills and everything. So, I just want to get the story of how you developed that mental fortitude to go through everything that you had to go through, injuries and all the obstacles in your life.
I mean, I'm the youngest of four. My mom, of course, she raised me with a lot of tough love. Didn't have my dad around. Used to be outside a lot, but my mom respected me enough, or I respected her enough to not get in trouble. And I'm the youngest, so I didn't want to do things and then got back to her like my brothers knew did. So I wanted her to know that I was different than my brothers. So with me being around, no, I really didn't know that I wanted to play basketball for a living when I was younger, but I had a pure love for the game. So the toughness came from me fighting my friends, being outside all day, figuring things out as a young man in the inner city, being in places that I shouldn't have been, doing nefarious things, but never really didn't get caught. But coming back home and understanding that, like, I was fortunate enough to come back home every night and understanding that because a lot of friends, I had a friend that passed when I was younger. His mom was going through things while I was in college, like seeing certain things, tragedies that happened. And I didn't want my family to go through it. And I knew that I could be the one to change my family's lives. So with me knowing that, it comes with what we was just talking about, with Arena Plus, discipline. I had to learn discipline at a early age. I knew with the teams that I was playing on that we wanted to win. So that's what sports plays a huge part. Where in sports, you learn all these great principles from sports, right? How the like chemistry, how the teamwork, how the learn discipline, how to create a routine. I took all that and went home and knew that, all right, if I figure out a routine, back then it used to be push-ups and sit-ups, right? When I was younger, I had like definition in my body because I really didn't lift weights, but I make sure I trained myself whenever I did go home. I'd be trying to tell my son that, but setting a standard or trying to set a standard for my family when I was younger, and it led me to where I'm at right now. But it was a lot of tough love. And in Chicago, everybody is raised off of tough love. But my mom, she made sure that it was tough love, not just toughness.
You talked about the discipline, and early in your career, you didn't go out, you just worked out, you stayed at home, you didn't hang out with your teammates, you were totally locked in.
I was.
And you also had confidence. Before the season, you said you are going to be MVP
Yes,
in
sir.
just your third season. Where does that confidence come from?
It comes with knowing who you are. I feel like when I was younger, I knew who I was at a young age. I feel like I didn't have to impress people. I felt like I could go in the room and be quiet and still have the same respect as someone that was loud or boisterous and verbose. And I knew that with me having that discipline or understanding that I can make it far. So I feel like that's where it came from.
What about the injury? Of course, this is one of the turning points of your career as well because you had to change your game. And you've mentioned in previous interviews as well that you knew that you wouldn't be the same D Rose anymore. So, how tough was that mentally to overcome that injury in the playoffs?
Oh man, when I tore my ACL, I didn't know what to expect, but I knew that I wasn't gonna quit. I knew that at the same time I had to be very mindful of my body and know that at that time they was forcing guys to come back in 5 or 6 months. I was probably the first one that took a year off. Now everybody take a year off before they come back, but before me, everybody was coming back within 4 or 5 or 6 months, and they were playing. And I didn't understand that because when I got to month 5 and 6 after surgery, I was still feeling like my knee was sore and my knee was tender, and I just didn't do it, man. So I made sure I listened to myself. I made sure that I attacked my rehabs, and I knew once I got healthy that I was going to be able to get to year 15 by being myself and listening to myself, but I couldn't get rushed. If I would have came back a day early or came back a day early on any of my injuries, I wouldn't be at where I'm at right now because I would have listened to someone else or someone else would have forced me. I listened to God the entire time, and God told me to come back.
After the injury, you played 11 more NBA
Yes,
seasons.
sir. Exactly. Yeah, God did that.
Respect to Derrick Rose for having the mental fortitude and the strength to come back. And you even scored 50
Yeah.
when you were with
Yeah.
Minnesota. And you also mentioned that there was somebody who said that when you got to Minnesota, you would only score 8 points per game. And that was part of your motivation to double that and then eventually have that career night dropping 50.
I wouldn't say it was that. I just, when you have to be delusional to make it, or to make it in the craft or whatever craft you pick, you have to be a little delusional. And at that time, when I did hear that, I knew that he wasn't really serious because I knew I could get over 8 points. He was just saying it. I don't know why he was saying it actually, but that game wasn't because of that. It was just perfect timing, and Jimmy didn't play, Jeff didn't play, and it was just one of them nights, Halloween nights. But that game stamped me back in the league. If I didn't have that game, I probably would have been out like a year after that game. So having that game, it reestablished me back in the league, and I was able to play an extra, 5 or 6 years.
All right. So we talked a little bit about how you overcame some of the biggest struggles in your career. We talked about your confidence. Now, last January 4 at the United Center, during the last moment of your speech, you said that was the old version of D Rose. Now this is the new version.
Yeah.
I'm a businessman.
I am.
And you partnered with Arena Plus. Could you talk about that right now?
Yes, it comes with having a great team. My team over there, Randall, York, Maddie, they did a great job with searching and seeking out great partnerships and people that just align with everything that we align with. That's with being the best, making sure you give your all, and just understanding the landscape of where you at. And I felt like the partnership was right. Coming over here, it's been nothing but the utmost respect. Meeting everybody on your staff, everybody that's a part of Arena Plus, has been nothing but love. So we know that we made the right partnership by some of the conversations that we had late last night, text messages, just letting us know that we're on the right track, man. And this is going to be something special.
And next year, you are going to have your number one in the rafters alongside one of your GOATs, Michael Jordan. How do you feel about that?
Speechless for real. Still unreal. Still didn't take it in yet until that moment. There's something that you really didn't ask for. I didn't ask for that coming into the league. You really didn't, or I didn't. Kids now, they think about signature shoes. They think about jersey sales. They think about so many things. I just thought about just making it, how my game was going to translate once I got to the league. Was I going to get used to the speed of the game? Little things like that. I didn't think about signature shoes. I didn't think about jersey sales, or in the playoffs, how much revenue I was going to bring into the city just by a playoff game. These things that I learned once I got into the league. Once I learned all that and got that knowledge, I knew that I could really make an imprint on people's lives by, one, playing, but once I got hurt, I knew that I had to make a transformation. And that transformation was self-development. making sure that I read, maybe because I only was in college for 5 or 6 months. I didn't stay the whole year. So making sure that I read, making sure that I understood myself, making sure I was mindful of the space I was in at that time, and being honest with myself. Uh, and it got me where I am right now, where I could sit here and have a conversation with you. As a kid, 18, 19-year-old kid, I would have been up here shy. I wouldn't know what to say. But of course, being 36, I'm comfortable with being on stage, being comfortable with being vulnerable, and be able to like give these people gems, or whoever takes it, gems, and some of the ideations that I think about and that we're working on.
And I'm sure that in this latest chapter of your life, Derek, you're going to continue to help grow the game and give back to the fans as well. Like the same way you are here in the Philippines to give back to everybody who have supported you throughout your entire career.
Yes, sir. That's life, man. Giving joy. When I was playing basketball, it was nothing but happiness. Yes, I was having fun. Happiness is cool. You're in the pursuit of happiness. But the older I got, I realized happiness is temporary. What I was looking for was joy.
All right, so we've gathered some questions from the fans, and they've curated the questions, and I'm just gonna throw
Go
them to
ahead.
you
Come
right
on. Come
now,
on.
Derek. Okay, which player did you have the most fun competing against in the NBA?
Every player, because I treated every player as if they were Michael Jordan. So no matter who they were, I played against them hard, and I feel like that's where my fan base is, where it's at right now. I tell the kids when they get to the league, make sure you give your all, your all, because your peer, for one, your peers, they see it and they can respect it, and for two, the people that's observing the game, the fans that's observing the game, they could tell. Y'all could easily tell when somebody's BSing or when they play hard every time they step on the floor. So
And you also mentioned that while there were some players who were ducking you on the schedule.
I ain't say that. I ain't say that.
Wait, no, no, sorry, sorry.
I
Somebody
know, I
said,
know.
somebody said,
Hey, I'm
I
a
saw-
wordsmith now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a word.
Okay, but then you also admitted, you were humble enough to admit that there were some players that you were
Yeah.
also scared to play against. Could you give us some names?
I wouldn't say that they were scared. I'm not gonna get no names though, but I wouldn't say that they were scared. I felt like every player that I played against, it was a moment with me playing them or a moment in our careers where it's like who's gonna give, who's gonna break, and I made sure that it wasn't me.
Oh, by the way, you're also described as the biggest aficionado of chess in the NBA. So
No. I mean, I have a chess league. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I partnered with Magnus Carlsen. He's the #1 chess player right now. I play a lot of chess. I chose chess because of critical thinking, and it helps prevent Alzheimer's and dementia. And in Chicago, kids need to critically think instead of harming people or thinking about the process after you pull that trigger. Are you thinking at all? So the game caught my attention when I was younger. I started playing, and I end up meeting. We talked about partnerships. I met the right partners at the right time. Magnus and his group out of Germany, they have a concept called freestyle chess. I partnered with them, and I created my own paradigm called Chestival that I have inside of freestyle chess. And with that, Magnus, he's #1 right now. We have a whole league. Gukish from India right now. I know you probably saw him lose. He smacked the board. Did you see him get mad? He played against a young guy, Gukish. Now, Gukish, the way that he played is your traditional way of playing. He never played on the computer. You heard what I said. He never played on the computer. He only learned from books and by playing the game. Most kids now, they learn off of a tool, an AI tool, a computer tool. Now that's unheard of that he went back to the old school way of playing and you still was able to beat Magnus. So that was a huge moment for us because it showed that like the traditional way can still be effective.
Derek, we are so thankful to have you back here in the Philippines, and we wish you all the best. What is your message to everybody here who have supported you and showed you love throughout
Man.
your entire basketball journey?
Man, I'm so thankful for you all to come out. I know. No, seriously, man. Y'all could be anywhere right now. The weather messed up right now outside. Y'all could be with y'all families, kids. I'm seeing in the room it's a wide range of like ages in here, from young people to elders. Thank you all for coming. Thank you wherever you travel from. Thank you for coming. I wish I would have had my kids here to see this because it was pretty dope. Thank you, Arena Plus, for setting this up. This is very opulent, something that matches our brand and something that we want. And we hope that we can continue to bring things like this and events like this and keep making them bigger and better.
If you haven't yet, do follow our Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel Inside the Arena. Hit the notification bell to make sure that you don't miss out on any episode. Derrick, has anybody taught you Filipino or Tagalog?
No, please, can you tell
Not
me
yet? Okay. So this is how we say thank you. Maraming salamat po.
that? Marami salame po. Ah! One time and we out, baby.
Everybody, love. Thank you so much, man. Everybody, give it up for the newest face of Arena Plus, Derrick Rose.